I'm going to elaborate more, but I just wanted to bring this up because this is also, you know, someone was it? No, that's the tonic diminished. This is G, B flat, and D flat. So it's a diminished triad of G flat that resolves up to E. Now, would you call that the dominant cadence? No, because the dominant cadence needs. That's the way the dominant. It has a different energy than this is. So this is the D7th going to G. It resolves in a way that's very easy to understand. It doesn't have to, it shouldn't need to be explained. The ear, it says, yeah, it's a resolution if I ever heard one. The tension of this is the tonic diminished. That mysterious chord that we see in so many Disney songs, you know. Tonic diminished. There it is again. So that's that mysterious chord that we get in here. That was, everyone plays that in B flat, so I just did it in that key for those who know the song, but we're back in the key of G, and there's our G sound. Here's our key, and so now the energy is going to be clear when we now that is a different, you know, I like to call the subdominant cadence the mother cadence. You know, it's because it's a very natural thing. Mother, father, child. Very, you know, these are things that come from nature, unexplainable, but there's a certain understanding that we have about how things work that have that context. The 4 chord has the 1 in it, whereas the 5 doesn't. I mean, the diminished, that cadence doesn't have the 1. So the 5/7 doesn't have the C, but the 4. So the 4 cadence usually goes, the F in the key of C goes down to E. I think we had this discussion in River with 4 to the 1. It's very, very clear sound, and so this is, it's yielding. It usually goes down, but sometimes mother can be aggressive. Sometimes mother goes up, and then that's. So I would prefer to think that the you know, because under what umbrella does the tonic diminished fall? And I like to think of it, some people think of it different, but I think of it as under the subdominant cadence, because first of all it has the sharp 4, so the 4 is still involved in it, but the tonic is in it, just like the 4 chord. So it has those elements that are still there, and it starts from a subdominant chord. But most important, to look at our voice leading through that whole cadence. We're in the key of G. G stayed constant. A, C, G. Now these fingers are going to stay constant. What we're going to need. This is going to stay, but because of the physics of the hand, can't reach over. We're going to change fingers. But put them together, it's, if you go slowly and you think about what you're doing, it's going to be easy. But I see people fumble all the time doing it. It's something that's very easy, gets complicated when you try to figure out which finger to use as you go. That's where most people lose their concentration and their focus, is worrying about the fingers. So we want to be as economical as possible, and especially if you have to practice something 1,000 times to get it smooth, to get it clean. And remember, the first 20 years is just preparation. Joe DiOrio. These fingers, so you can see that the same fingers move up. There's nothing simpler than that. The only thing is that the top voice is going to have to change. But then the phrase becomes easy to see. Now, just because you learn this doesn't mean you're done, because this has 3 inversions. Same information, just a different inversion of the same information. Now, because I'm going to the 1, I'm going to put that in. Now I'm gonna go to the G7 to the getting ready to go to the 4 chord. And then here's a beautiful technique of back cycling to get to where you want to go. I know I want to get, here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. That's where I start. Now, to get that smooth, you shouldn't take as long as you think, because of the same thing that I just talked about, using the same finger. Now, if I said, use this, anybody can do that, same finger. The only things that's going to change is the top voice. So that's going to be the pinky with the melody as it moves down. Same fingers move down here. The first finger. So I'm breaking it down. So forgive me if I'm going too slow, but I want to make sure that, because everybody wants to lift their fingers up, and I want you to keep your fingers down. This is going to happen all the way. These 2 guys are just going to comfortably relax. Pinky, first finger. Same thing again, but the first finger is going to grab the B back there. These guys, and I have to know whatever melody is. This happens to be the melody of this song, but if it's another song, the melody is going to be in a different place. But if you know that this is where you go, then there's a lot of melodies available with these 2 fingers. You know, some easy, some a little awkward, but you know that these are the 2 fingers you have to work with. But if you're thinking about, what's the best fingering when I'm here, and the best fingering when I'm here, and the best fingering always is going to be relate to where you just came from and where you're going. So for economy, this seems to work the best, and it works out rather smooth. The same finger on the same string, particularly on guitar, we want to strive for as much legato as possible, because we can't bow or blow, so we have to fake it as much as we can, and that allows for the smooth moving of the voice. So back cycled all the way to E7.